Hello, all. So I am not going to recap. Sorry, my glare in my glasses. I am not going to recap episode 10 because essentially I've spoiled all that anyways. But just to recap on who's up on the block, HOH. HOH is still Lauren. Thank God we only have one more day. Well, today, Thursday, we'll find out who's the new HOH. And then we have on up on the block Kelly, Will, and Adrian. So in the episode, Keanu won the veto, or sorry, yeah, won the veto. So he took himself off the block. Okay, so I've been watching live feeds. They have been good today. It's been very interesting. There have been some, what are those called? Trends throughout the night. So there has been so many vote counting. So like Kelly saying, "Oh, I got this person, this person, this person, this person," and then Adrian saying, "I got this person, this person, this person, this person." I haven't really heard like anything about Will, but other people have said stuff about Will has this person, this person, this person, this person. So to be honest, I truly don't know based on what we've heard from the live feeds who is going to be voted out because there's just a lot of back and forth and doubling up of people for this vote counting. Um, let's see. The other thing that has been a trend tonight is them talking about people's lack of cleaning. um, I guess this last night, Rachel made hamburgers and spaghetti, and at first nobody was cleaning up. She was like, they ate the food so fast. But then Vince and Ava did clean up. I'm not sure if anybody else did too, but those are the two people that I saw. But they were talking about it tonight. Mickey, um, Morgan, Rachel, Jimmy, they were talking about it a lot tonight. And just like amazed that people don't clean or don't clean the kitchen is really what they were talking about. They weren't necessarily talking about bathrooms and that type of thing. Um, let's see. Random thought. I thought about it as I was sitting there. I said, random thought. The kitchen's kind of small, but then I thought about it. I feel like at first they didn't have like that pantry room. And so the kitchen was bigger. Like now that I'm like processing through it. And so now they have that whole room that's the pantry essentially that has cabinets and another refrigerator and that type of thing. So I guess when you include that, then the kitchen isn't that small. But it just looked that way from the view on one of the live feeds tonight. It just was like, oh, my kitchen ain't that small or ain't that big. And then my favorite line from, I'm just going to put it all together. My favorite line from tonight's episode was from Will. And he said that move was boring. And he was talking about Lauren putting up Adrian on the block as a redime for Keanu taking himself off. So I thought that was a very true statement. These have been boring moves for this week with Lauren. Like I said before, I'm going to say it again. I feel like Keanu, if he was on the block, he would put up some heavy hitters and it would be a good week of HOH. So I still believe that. We'll see what Thursday holds. And then my predictions. Obviously, I'm just basing this off of something that I think. I don't know because, like I said, people are vote counting and people are double counting people. So I really, truly don't know how the house is going to land. But this is what I would want to happen. I would want Will to stay. I don't really care who stays between Kelly and Adrian. Adrian is a little bit more fun to me. So maybe I would want him to stay and Kelly to go home. To me, this is your third time up on the block. Bye. You suggested yourself. Bye. Your time is up. You shouldn't have did that. So that's what I want to happen. I think Keanu and Will have a high chance of winning this BB Blockbuster. So we'll see how that falls, but it would be that Will stays and Kelly goes home. So however that works, that's what I want. And then for the next HOH, ooh, I want Keanu to be the next HOH. Either Keanu or Will. Because I think Will is ready to play too. Keanu or Will for HOH. That's who I want to win. So we will see tomorrow. I won't be streaming live tomorrow because I'll be racing, but I'll post like a recap or whatever tomorrow night once I get home and watch the episode. And I'm not sure if I'll have time during the day to watch the live feeds, but they have been really good tonight. They're going to call it an early night. Oh, also because they're trying to get ready for the competition that is tomorrow. They think it's a wall comp because the outside has been closed for a while. Oh, and they're bored. That's the other thing. Ashley was talking about how bored she was and that she was surprised at how bored she was based on being in the, like, watching Big Brother on TV. It was a really interesting conversation that they were having about, like, what did you think, or what did they say? Like, what do you think is a good thing about the Big Brother house and a bad thing about the Big Brother house? So that was really interesting to hear. Their answers weren't surprising. So yeah, I will see you all later on today. Bye.